Hi, I hope you're doing well. I know I'm looking a little bit crusty today, but you know what? The video is literally about waking up early, so yeah, this is as real as it gets. I'm not always gonna look my best, but I will say this. So lately I've been waking up around like 5, 6 a.m. Well, not lately. It's always been a habit for me, but I've been making it a point to like be consistent with it because usually like sometimes I'll wake up at like 6:30, 7. When I was in high school, I used to wake up at 5 a.m. every day because I had cross country practice really early in the morning. In post high school, I've always made it a point to wake up around 6 or 6:30 so I can get everything I need to do done and taken care of before I head to work. Of course, that's not always the case, and of course, I want to find time to do things that I like read, watch whatever shows I want to watch, stuff like that. So I try to like incorporate that in there too. But more than anything, I try to wake up early personally because like that is when I'm the freshest, that's when I can be the most productive, and more than anything, because I'm in school, that is the time of my day where I can concentrate the most. So I can study, I can concentrate in class, I'm able to take more notes and live my life overall more efficiently because I'm up early and I have the rest of the day to myself. Well, at least before I go to work, if that makes sense. A lot of people ask me though, they're like, oh my gosh, like how do you wake up early like this or that? Like I can't do it. And I'm like, yes, you can. You just have to have a strong enough why, a reason to do it, and you have to make it a habit. And habits are not easy to form. I heard that I can't remember where I heard this from, but I did hear that like it takes about 2 months to build a habit. So what I've been doing is like keeping a chart, and then like every night before I go to bed, I like go into my notes app and I like type in another number or the next day for every activity I'm trying to do and keep track of for my habits. But because like once you form these as a habit, it gives you a reason to maintain structure throughout your day. Personally, I have found great pleasure in like waking up, brushing my teeth, making myself breakfast early in the morning. Everyone's asleep, the house is quiet, there's no one there to bother you, there's no one there to stop you, there's nothing going on in the world that's going to derail you from whatever you have to do when you're up that early. Of course, disclaimer, if you have children, like there's nuances to this argument. I'm talking about anybody that's like in my age group where I'm at right now, in college, single, stuff like that. One, find a sweet spot time for you. You need to be very realistic about this. Not everyone can wake up at 5 a.m., okay? I mean, it's ideal. I would love to wake up at 5 a.m., but personally, 6 p.m. is not 6 p.m. 6 a.m. is my sweet spot because I get off of work at 9, and that gives me like an hour and a half to after work to do whatever I need to do, go home, wash up, relax a little bit, and then go straight to sleep because I wake up at 6 a.m. and I start the day over again. Now, if you know you work till midnight or whatever, maybe 8 a.m. is your sweet spot, maybe 7:30 is your sweet spot, and that's perfectly fine. Which leads me to step 2. Find a reason to get out of bed, because all this is going to be pointless if you don't have a reason to get out of bed. You wake up early and you just scroll on Instagram till noon, like you're wasting your time. Like, don't do that to yourself. And instead, maybe your reason could let's say you've been trying to eat healthier lately, right? You could say that could be your reason to get out of bed. Like, you could be like, oh, I want to get myself a bagel this morning. Oh, I want to get myself a nice breakfast this morning. And this could be like your new thing every morning. You could try something different. Of course, like you can do other things as well. You can have other reasons. Maybe a reason to get out of bed is you want to read a book. Maybe a reason to get out of bed is you want to walk your dog, feed your cat, go to the living room and watch some TV, kind of like relax, renew yourself before you have to go to work, school, or do whatever. Because I will say this, just because you are waking up early doesn't mean you always have to use that time to be productive, but it definitely helps to have that much more hours in your day. Now 3, I would say keep track of all the days that you're waking up early so you can make this goal a measurable goal if you are trying to be consistent with stuff like this. For me personally, I have been the most consistent when I keep track of my goals and I make my goals measurable and attainable. Of course, it's a lot easier said than done, but I hope that you got something out of this video. Leave a comment, let me know what you thought. If you got something out of this, please let me know. If you didn't, let me know. Either way, I appreciate it.